Hey, all this and says that there's going to be part 2. All right, I forgot to say what this was. I mean, the kind of name gave it away, and the color here kind of gives it away, because this is a Red Rust challenge. And this is not, of course, luck mode. Like, luck mode is going to be absolutely insane and stuff like that. And we do allow some spells to be used, especially if we quote unquote grinding for levels somewhere and stuff like that. And we did grind the All Night several times, and we almost died when grinding the All Night. Stuff like that, and maybe we could have fought Slogan Gavon earlier and stuff like that, you know. So right, so this is just very, very important, you know. We have to check for damage and stuff like that, but yeah. But we did grind the All Night punch and stuff like that, you know. For some reason we started casting Hellfire by mistake a few times, you know, and stuff like that, you know, which is really funny. You know, I don't remember where all the money bags are, you know, and stuff like that, you know. A lot of the money bags are very, very important, of course. Now, getting this shortcut open here, but the main reason, right, one of the enemies here do give you good XP. They always do, kinda, I feel like. So you're only dealing 6 damage. You did 4 with that, but that one did, and yeah. So 13 damage isn't bad in comparison to what he used to do. So that I feel like wasn't that much XP. So we are at 38. To the skill ranks already only give 1. Yeah, they already give only 1 here. How much is it costing? 64, 61, so it's 3. What does Saint's Ashes cost? Right, and this is a really good spot because you have ghosts here. 34, 33. But the thing is just that they spawn very, very quickly, and you know, and they don't do much damage to us. But yeah, but the thing is also that they can drop good money. I believe they can actually drop the 250 that you can get here yourself. This, for example, that they can also drop 250 bags. There's also something else that they can drop, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm just completely misremembering. Maybe they don't have any drops at all. But it's nice to see now what the crit is actually is, because sometimes you're getting the 24 crit, which is double damage basically. Yeah, you saw there, because we were very close to a level up there that was pretty decent. Now we have 15 strength, so we would do 17 damage with the short sword, and we would do 15 damage per hand. How much would Basilal do at this point? 16, okay. So, yeah. And we have 69 MP, nice. That's going to be the knife. Knife. The question is, how much are we doing against the scary guy? Because if he does his wave slash, we're completely effed up, maybe. Yeah, because we die if we get hit by it, I think. I forgot, is it thunder though? He's doing it. And now he's kind of peaceful again. Now he's bugging off there. Usually he does relax after doing that move. Nah. Going with the holy axes. And now we don't have to deal with Zog and Gavon anymore here. And now we get the shield potion, yay! You can theoretically get to that now, I believe. We're level 12 and we have gotten now the cube of Sowing and the Spirit Orb. Now I almost want to go back and fight the thing again, almost. But I think we can advance at this point. Or I mean, might get... Nah, I'm way too curious here. I'm way too curious. I'm used... I think it's like this. Yeah, that's how you do it. You have to jump from there. Loud max up is of course very, very good to get. So yeah, you can get that early, but you have to do a very, you know... Because it has to do with the momentum of things, but yeah. The Centastus can multi-hit, but it's not as good as the Holy Water because it costs more MP than the Holy Water does. Holy Water, like what? Holy Water costs 2, right? And this costs 3, of course. Holy Water doesn't use to deal holy damage also, if I remember correctly. Actually, we probably want to get at least 1 potion in, maybe just in case, you know. You can of course get completely fucked here if you know. But I feel like jump slashing is always the safest because it has less like cooldown. You know, but yeah. You don't need to kill them though, they actually give you very, very little, you know. Stuff like that, yeah. But then what we do this also. We're gonna die now because we have no chance of... Why can't we do that thing anymore? Is it because of this rift? I don't know. Let's do this again. Yes, it only deals 7 damage. It doesn't need that much damage. But let's just do the easy spell here. And I feel like sometimes it's not that I'm trying to slash, sometimes I think it's actually the spell input failing sometimes because of the red rust. I think I'm shouting it too long actually. Yeah, so it deals the same damage kinda as the... Did I get a crit there? That's nice. So 383. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring that down. I'm just gonna check so it's not open in the other room. Like the thing there's in those. Gnomstep. Alltså, inte så mycket fest. Oh, but it's not bright outside. No, it's bright outside, god damn it. Okay. And we didn't get the thing right now. We did not. Wait. And then you cannot cast it again. And I don't know why, because we didn't have that problem before with casting like every time we tried to cast Soul Steel, we never like cast like Hellfire before. it just has to do with analog stick size and stuff like that, because the analog sticks on Max are like the old like E360 controller, for example, were like it's actually very good because then you can kill him very fast. Oh, it feels like you need to use the next input there to get it. 261. Oh wow, 261. So that's still almost 100 XP from a kill. That should still be enough too. Well, we haven't even done the regular. Well, we have done regular summon spirits. You know what I'm about. And I think it's because of the stick drift that sometimes when you're holding up, it's not holding straight up or whatever, right? It's not doing the thing. Like it's actually holding diagonal in certain directions. And if you're not holding like straight up, right? Because it's not technically like a charge move. I mean, technically it is, you know, but you know. Now we cannot get this. Can we over? Yeah, we can actually one-shot him if we get the thing, by the way. Gain the money though. Yeah, that's enough because now we have 100 health. Yeah, boy. I feel like that health threshold is big. So 18 now with the 16 if we would be unarmed, 17 with battle hardened, and 18 with the short sword. Oh, she wanted the money. It's ridiculous how high all the card can jump, you know. And I know technically there is a way to get past certain things, right? If you do the shield rod spell, if you do, but I don't. Maybe it only works with the cow spell. I don't know, right? Because it has been like cow skip or whatever. I think is what they call it. Like you can do it, for example, to get past the thing in like the chapel. You can get into like all rocks that way. So that was pretty interesting. Of course, it wouldn't feel super much function because you have no flight at that point, you know, and stuff that, but, you know, so do we just go through, yeah, I think we go through the reversing again because it's just slow to go to the fucking alchemy lab. It's totally that, you know. Okay, so 2 minutes left on the last upload, so we won't probably upload this yet, you know, stuff like that, but yeah. Because one thing we could do, for example, is use, you know, make up rules that, oh, we need to reach a certain level before we are allowed to use certain things, you know, and stuff like that. Because then it will be a challenge to reach, like, set levels. Even like, because even though I allowed us to cast spells against the whole knight or use sub weapons, right, you know, it's just, you know, still. That's actually the scary guy. The other guy is not so scary. Because I believe that is the wave that he does, by the way. That thing does, like, I'm not gonna say it does 75 damage, but that maybe it does, you know. I think it also has a very specific element to it. I forgot if it's ice or like thunder or something like that, you know. I think it might be ice actually, but yeah. Yeah, the main problem is we don't really have any good ways to kill these. Unless we do that. That's a bit scary to do actually. Do we use heal here? Because we don't have any healing items. Okay, let's get some more hotbacks here. Of course, from the dolls, by the way. I believe the dolls have 2 drops, if I'm not mistaken. One of them is a smart potion, of course, so black spell casting becomes stronger. But I think the other drop, if I'm not mistaken, is the strength potion. But I also know, for example, that the strength potion is also from the cat enemy. Well, they're not real cats, you know, they're were-jaguar enemies. Listen, speaking of smart potion, there it is. Yeah, the drop rate on the smart potion is not bad. They're also not the same as the bone scimitar because they are different. In the way they have different colored, like they are green instead of the old blue thing, you know. Here's some money. Oh, we are at 3,192 used from like getting like. I mean, we did get a 250 a few times there from where the ghosts are and stuff like that. So that's a big deal, you know, just about getting that, you know. Now there is also technically, if you got strong enough, we could basically grind $1,000 bag in the Colosseum, which can actually be a great way to get to duplicator and stuff like that, right? Of course, we're not going to get the duplicator and stuff like that because it's used a lot. But I will say this, that I can confirm that the duplicator was nerfed. Because generally in the PlayStation game, the reason to get 2 duplicators is because if you have 2 duplicators, for example, then when you have a single duplicator, then it allows you to use a thing an infinite amount of times because you won't use up the one usage of something you have, like you will use duplicate it when you use it. But if you have 2 duplicators, then in the original game you could quote unquote get get multiple of something, like you would use a single, like if you had a single smart potion, for example, every time you use a smart potion you would get another one and stuff like that, so you could like get like 99 of items doing that, you know. So 89 is going to the maximum there. And we are going to do an Alucard run eventually, which I think we might have already done, but like the Alucard run is going to be more proper though, by the way. Because the Alucard run doesn't have like a chance to fail the sword swing. Is this where the clock is? What? Oh, it's next to him, right? Yeah, here. This one, yeah. Good. And that's where the Bible is, of course, obviously. Or King Bible, as they call it in Vampire Survives. But I'm still hoping it's getting DLC in November, you know. Although you know, like, is it going to be a regular DLC or is it going to be a crossover, you know, stuff that's right. Because, you know, the last one was a crossover, of course, obviously with the Saga series or one of the Saga games, like the Emerald Saga or whatever they call it, I think. The Emerald Saga is very different from the other Saga games and stuff that, you know. You know, I have two of the Saga games. I have like the Romancing Saga 3 and 2, I think it is that I have. Stuff that, right? You can choose who the quote-unquote main character is that you follow in that and stuff that, you know. And then there's a bunch of like recruitable characters as well and stuff that, right? And it is really cool the way the weapons work because you can have multiple weapons on certain characters and stuff. And this is another 250 bag there. Oh, and maybe they give a lot of XP here. 565, I should have checked what they gave. 565, 558. Yeah, the axe is at the very end, of course, so you know. So 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, the axe is this one. Yeah. It's the very last one. You could theoretically also go and kill the purple girl down there, but I just want to check the damage we do to him. Because I don't want to have to be cheap here and rely on spells to kill him. Eight damage, nah. Nah, we're not gonna do that yet. And I'm not gonna allow myself to get that doing the wolf trick, you know, and stuff like that, you know. Can we kill this even now? 8 damage, nah, that's not super viable. Could we still lose against this boss? Maybe, I don't know. The red rust map. And the weird thing is I don't want to fight a boss that gives you the crystal cloak early and stuff like that, right? I want to wait with fighting that because, you know... Okay. Oh, Alucard. 9 damage, good. Wait. Oh, we cannot hit you in that state. What? We actually cursed him with this. Alright, I forgot. That's nice and everything, you know. Life maps up, good. But actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna be like super reliant on the like the stopwatch and stuff there because that just feels that that would just make things cheap. So we're gonna go over to the axe. Just quickly grab this again. So now what, level 13, yeah? So it took 110 to get to Doppelganger 10. So now we're at 14 damage. Does that mean we do 10 damage? No, 21. Oh, yeah. So if you crit, you can ignore armor. I feel like when you crit, okay, so that's not too bad. So that's 394. Yeah, 394. 394, okay, so 394 is 385, so yeah. So 9 XP from them. So that at this point is of course very good though. And I feel like on purpose you're meant to use at least sub weapons on this guy, you know. So that not necessarily that you're meant to use the stopwatch here, but you know, like since he's weak to stopwatch, you know, it's just, you know. Now, there are also fun ways that you can kill the guy in the second castle, because you can quote unquote stone him, of course. So if you happen to get lucky and get a stone sword, like the stone sword, though, you might think that, oh, the stone sword is from Medusa heads, but nope. The stone sword is from the thing in the second castle, because you don't encounter it anywhere in the first castle, sadly. And yeah, we're not gonna go and get the wolf immediately. But instead, actually, gonna go and get. We're gonna go inside the library right away. I feel like, you know. And it is interesting, of course, that the enemies in the library, or specifically one of the enemies, the Duron, of course, can give me the rapier, which is, you know, a bit nice, you know. Less than 3 hit, which is decent enough for us, of course. You know, we're not getting like an insane amount of luck. Having to run an insane amount of hit on the Duron. You won't, however, here to grab the armor though. Like normally you wouldn't grab this, you know. I mean, you would kinda. I'm gonna get the bronze crest, which is actually going to be a big upgrade here. Even though it's not such great armor and stuff that, you know. It's just, this is the first thing that actually feels like a armor, right? You know, like, but it's weird, like the way the hide cuirass looks there. Because I'm guessing it's supposed to be like 2 leather straps or something like that. And then it's supposed to be like a thing, like you saw, like a circular thing that you have kind of on your, you know, on your stomach or breast, you know, whatever, right? You know, that's always what I thought that it's supposed to look like and stuff that, you know, that it was supposed to be, you know. That you can obviously tell it's just a simple like shirt or something like that, you know. You know, but yeah. But it is weird, you know. And then, yeah, we go 1+ defense used, which is not that great. You know, and it's weird, like, okay, like, so I hide curate. It gives you 1 instead of a fucking, like, bronze thing that you're wearing. The bronze covers, like, way more and stuff that, and then it's just like, okay, like, that should be way more than 1 defense. You know? Yeah, sometimes, you know, you just get lucky, you know, and stuff that, you know, with the whole, you know. Because sometimes I feel like sometimes you can go for a long time and not even be like, oh yeah, it's not failing at all, you know, and stuff that, and then sometimes, you know, you just get unlucky, you know. See, that's the more worst thing, right? That sometimes, right, you can be in very, very critical situations where OMG are really right if you're, because you saw there against the mermaids, right, that, oh, you can be in a like gangbang or whatever, right, and then it's like so hard to escape. Even if you only need 1 hit there to kill the enemies, it's just that it swings slow, you know, and then you're just getting out from something like that without getting hit too many times, so it's really tricky. They're pretty shitty when they get hit by red rust for some reason. it's sweet for the books, right? Yeah. Or if you get a crit, you can see there. Sometimes you get away weak crit. Sometimes you only get a 21 crit. So now this can give me a level then. Wow, they give 8. The books. We could hope that we get lucky also and get the drop from the books, the rare quote-unquote drop. We cannot really kill the regular ones. Come on, please. Come on. The best money maker in the game, technically, if you could have luck, an insane amount of luck. Because here's the thing, right? Even in the luck mode, right? Even in the luck mode, and even if you have like 2 of Arcanas, the drop from this, you get it very, very rarely, the drop. Of course, exactly what the percentage chance was on the drop. But the Magic Tome can drop the 2,000 coin bag. So imagine if all 3 drop the 2,000 coin bag, then yeah, so it's 2, 4, 5, 6, so it would be 6,000 every single time. You know. Because imagine, right, that you could use, set your stats to like whatever, and stuff that, right? Like, 999 luck, and stuff that, and then use like 2 Ring of Arcanas, and stuff that, Because would that mean that every single one of the regular books would drop their money? Because the regular books can give you, of course, 1,000 cash, the 1,000 coin bag, which is the white coin bag basically, and stuff that, so yeah, Right, and that was a big hype moment, by the way, back in the day, right? Like getting certain things, because it is a cool thing, of course, to have the whole, And that would be interesting to actually do a shop run at some point, where like all your healing and stuff that has to come from the shop and stuff that, Master Rally card. We get the cost of Euro open for 500.
Thank you.
Library card is 400, of course. Saber, yeah, we cannot get any of the weapons, of course. Leather shield, iron shield, like the shields doesn't do anything for us. Velvet hat is intelligence +3 though, but no more defense. Leather hat is +1 defense. Shiver crown is no plus in defense. Iron cuirass is +1 in defense. Steel cuirass is +2 in defense. Young plate, of course, is a lot. Yeah, there's the medal, by the way. So basically, it's worth 3,000. The medal. So the medal is +1 defense and +1 attack. It's not any specific stat. It's not like or like a main stat. It's not like a strength increase and a constitution increase. It's just like 1 plus strength, 1 plus, stuff that. And then you might say that, the Ring of Pills is very similar. Yes, the Ring of Pills is very similar, because it generally gives you +1 strength, or +1 attack, and +1 defense. But it also gives you 1 plus to most of the stats. Yeah, it's all the stats, right? Strength, intelligence, constitution, and luck. Stuff that, which, makes it really, really good, the Ring of Pills, and stuff that. Gauntlet is, of course, very expensive, 8,000. But of course, it is fly plus attack from the Gauntlet, so, that's very, very powerful. But I feel like we specifically go with Reverse Cloak. We don't go for the Elven Cloak yet, though. Because I feel like that is what makes sense to get, basically, at this point. Reverse Cloak. Let's get of this nice, So you have like a very dark blue and like a purple. But then, of course, now you get access to Cloak Lining, Reverse. Now you can have like purple and dark blue there,
Card. How about this?
And Marshall the card. But then regular potions are very, very expensive, like at 800. But yeah, and the next thing that I'm gonna allow ourselves to buy, by the way, after this is going to be, I am gonna allow ourselves to buy the Elven Cloak after this. So that's the next thing I'm gonna allow. Stuff that. But we are gonna go basically use the default route in this. Stuff that, right? And there are some people that say that, oh, it makes more sense that when you have Jewel of Open that you're meant to think about, you know, that what's most fresh in your memory, basically, right? Yeah, but that was if you explore in the area, right? Because, you know, you might not have explored that area in the marble gallery, right? You might not have explored the area where you saw the blue door, right? And then saw that all the blue doors just that it's magically sealed. And of course, when you really can open locked blue doors with you open and stuff that, you know, stuff that, right? But let's say for a second that you did find that, for example, and that is the most fresh thing in your memory and stuff like that, because, you know, of course, if you're playing the game for the first time, you will most likely have went black where Slogger and Gabon was the first boss there in Archimilao. You will have most likely gone to the left there, and you have seen that blue door there. But then, of course, what will be most fresh in your memory is if you did explore there in the marble gallery, because then you would have found that blue door there, you know. But I always felt like the thing that makes it so that you weren't meant to go into the caverns is because of the fact that you get the crystal cloak there. The crystal cloak is just that much better than both the reverse cloak, the blood cloak. With the blood cloak you of course get in the Colosseum and stuff that, you know, when the blood cloak is a big deal. I mean, we could get lucky here, you know, and stuff that, but we aren't getting lucky and stuff that, so yeah, you know. We don't have any healing though. That is a bit of one issue. We can heal of course with Soul Steel, but you know. Because what you're meant to do is actually take the teleport and go back to like the start and then go to Alchemy Lab again and then basically go to the chapel and stuff like that, but yeah. You know what, I think this is safer to do. Maybe. We need to get pretty close to that one though, but this one is easy. This one you stand like that. Of course, yes, you can use grind for the Ring of Water, for example, but if you grind for the Ring of Water, I feel that that just completely destroys the challenge and stuff that, you know. I'd say, oh, but we're taking just 1 damage from these enemies. Yeah, but these are pretty weak at this level, considering things, you know, and stuff like that, right? And we only have like 8 defense, so it's not like only we have any same defense at this point. Yeah, they still do 6 damage with their attack. Healing Gunman. Or the Bone Musket rather. Oh, I missed money there. Sad. Yeah, 2009 gold though. 2044. Yeah, always safe to kill this guy though. Right when they bounce. I'm gonna take it a bit carefully here though. I wanted to just try and be a little bit more safe here. I forgot how much damage the Medusa heads did though. And yes, you can get lucky with fucking Medusa shield here. You know. Because yeah, the Medusa shield has a very, very low drop chance and stuff like that, but yeah. Also, you might say that, oh yeah, killing the Medusa, killing the Medusas. Actually, you know what? King Bible, or Bible rather. So right, so what the hell? Level was 14? Yeah, level 14. So that is, yeah, meeting with Master Library. Actually, you know what? There are a few things we can grab in here that might actually be worth grabbing. We don't have, of course, the wolf form yet because I skipped picking it up. But if we come on, I just wanted to check how far we can walk there. Skull Lord, please. Okay. So 287. I should have checked what he gave. To 87. To 87. Yeah, to 80, 87, to 77, to 67. So 22 XP from the Skull Lords so far. You can actually hit the guy up there, by the way, with this, or at least when he was close to the edge. It's not that because we heard that we hit something else. Oh, wow. Oh. Didn't I kill this guy? Wasn't this where the first bridge fell down? That was sold. Now this was where the first bridge fell down because you see it becomes part of the background there. These respawns, not the bridge, right? No. Please. Move over here, Mr. Skelling. Mr. Floaty Skull Ghost. Oh, nice. Big heart. How many did we kill though? 33. Did you give a lot too? Kinda. I mean a little bit though. Come on. Come on this way, Mr. Spooky Ghost. There is of course a way to already get the stuff, by the way, up on the thing. And stuff that, even though it's not super great, you can get a nice mail that way and stuff that, you know. And the ice mail is meant to, of course, help you later on. Because yeah, I don't want to get too much defense before we go to like chapel and stuff that, right? So that the things in the chapel is kind of feels like an upgrade. Yeah, it's easy to actually do it with the wolf thing. So yeah, wolf. Soul of the pork. Puppies. Puppies. Yum. Wow, yeah, the dogs. Nice. King Medusa had a number is like $25 reduce. Right, and we're not allowed to get the garnet that way, of course. We have to get the garnet the legit way. And now we go to Horse. Ooh. Chess piece. Because it would make sense, right, if the horse is like the chess piece, you know, so it's the knight basically. And stuff like that, right? Because that would kind of make sense, you know. Except so it's so weird that in Castle 2 is where the, like the flaming wolf riders are, and then of course there is nothing special about the whole start. Stuff that you would think that they would have put something really, really cool if you go all the way back to the start and stuff that in the first castle, you know. You know, I mean the reward is kind of the doodoo bird and stuff that, you know. Not shit bird. Doodoo bird, you said doodoo. Oh, god damn it. Poor Alcon, man. So the uploads are complete. Yes, no uploads in progress. But they try and install Fallout 4 again. The funny thing is, of course, they have given out like a free like PS5 upgrade if you had a PS4 version. But the main problem is, for some reason, even if you do get the download, it still requires you to use your disc. So that you still have to like pay, for example, if you want to get the actual proper like playing it without a disc and stuff that, and it's just so annoying to have to like read from the whole disc and stuff that, right? Because you know they also seem to have issues like it's not made to run properly like in 4K, you know, like something like that. I feel like, you know, there's way less issues, for example, with you know, way less issues with like the, you know, Oblivion remaster and stuff that. And supposedly, from what I've heard, there are rumors. I don't know if it's been leaked or if it's been revealed yet or whatever, right? But supposedly, I forgot if it's both Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, but they're supposed to get like remakes too, or remasters or something, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah. You would think that it would hit more often than it does. Actually, the axe there is very good for us. I don't think they're. But I feel like you really want to hold the water here now.
Alucard, wasn't it? We meet again.
So it seems.
As friendly as ever, I see. It's strange. This castle's different than I remember it.
This castle is a creature of chaos. With each rebirth, it takes a new form.
And here I thought my mind was playing tricks. Well, there's nothing for it. Till we meet again.
I think they have actually changed the text again. Because I'm pretty certain when Rebirth came out, this is not the text, because we did do I forgot how long it was after it had come out when I did the first run I did. Again, because I got, of course, Requiem immediately when it came out and stuff like that, you know, all those years back, because it was, of course, a PS4 game and stuff like that, you know. So right, and this is where you're supposed to get your first Aquamarine. So you know that, oh, that's where the first Circle was, and oh, now it's the first Aquamarine. And then you realize that, oh shit, right, you get an Aquamarine here, then this means that things are about to get serious. Or that you're in the next tier, basically. And that's why the holy water is good here. There's a reason why they give you the holy water, basically, and stuff like that. But yeah, but you can, of course, backtrack to here once you have the double jump, which is kind of recommended. can just jump standing, they just do a standing jump. And there's no chance that you get hit by the thing. And we can actually get these. I also thought you were meant to get the double jump to get this, but nah. And this one is just way better because this is the same as the sunglasses in terms of defense, but it just gives you the intellect without like doing anything negative, you know, and stuff that's yeah. Yeah, the Gladius is just a huge deal, even though it's just one stronger than the other thing, but yeah. Can we even defeat you? We probably can defeat all the parts to you. Because I think that actually might be worth it, maybe under 4. Come on, you silly sword. I mean, they do say that these are hunted like by poltergeist and stuff that, you know, or, you know, like the causes like poltergeist like phenomena, you know, and stuff that, like the puppet sword. Ooh, Takemitsu. Yeah, that's another interesting Ryan. It's interesting that the Takemitsu ends up being stronger than the red rust and stuff that, you know. Because this is technically the earliest Takemitsu that you can get if you don't break the whole logic thing. Because if you do get the power of mist, for example, or you have the double jump or whatever, right? You can get the first Takemitsu you're supposed to get in the library, basically. We don't have any healing, which is why I'm trying to do soul steal. So let's go, level up. Level up. Oh, and we almost healed fully there. Yeah, so they can drop Takemitsu. Oh, we actually got 2 Takemitsus even. And it's crazy that Takemitsu is used so much better because Takemitsu swings. I'm just going to show you here. Basically, this is not like because we're not hitting anything. You can see it's kind of same with all slow, and you still cannot do diagonal, but you can do. You see, speed is quite similar. However, it's of course 2 whole attack. Like actually, that's 3 attack. 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, that's 3 attack more than the red rust. The speed is very similar, but you can see, of course, this can fail. Of course, which is, you know, and sometimes you might say that a strat is to just fail with it before, like a boss or whatever, right? You know, but yeah, the Spectre Sword is scary, you know, until you deal more damage, you know. But yeah, and of course, the Night Shield doesn't do anything for us at all because, you know, we cannot use shields with this. We could try and see if you get blessed though. Oh, that's an evil priest. Do we get the friendly girl? We will get the friendly girl at least. But she never gives you anything, and I think she never disappears, right? That you can see till literally forever, she never disappears. For some reason. She thanks you and stuff, that's it. Oh, the nice guy.
Rest your weary soul here. May the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost be with you. Amen.
No. Oh, we got it twice in a row.
Rest your weary soul here. May the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost be with you. Amen.
Yo, grape juice. You know, they started not grape juice, you know. sparkling juice because you can see the fucking wine glass. Yeah. So we just have to do that to kill them properly, you know, and stuff that, you know. The best thing is you can throw them pretty far and stuff that, you know, is something. There is a thing that you want here at the very top though, stuff that. And then of course the fucking sword can fail. This is just fucking hilarious. Oh, sweetie! Alucard would be like, it's like coin bag. Like Alucard, you're sure there's not something you're telling. Like money bag. Okay, how much damage do we do to the hunting girl? Blu-ray. Like how it looks like it's doing something special. Life max up. Strength potion. And we get a silver plate, and the silver plate by that point is a big upgrade, so it's 8, 9, 10, 11, so it's 3. Yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so it's 3. And the defense upgrade, stuff that, so yeah, you know, Katakimitsu run would be so much easier than use the Red Rust due to the fact that it doesn't fail, stuff that. Yeah, it's crazy also that the Takemitsu, yeah, it's weaker than the Gladius, but it's slightly weaker than the short sword, so it's the same strength as the Basilard with the bow bamboo sword. So that which is interesting, of course. I mean, the curse damage is a bit of an advantage, though, you know, and stuff that, you know. Yeah, this is probably one of the best locations for the Red Rust here, because generally speaking, because he doesn't tend to like move forward, he tends to be like defensive and move backwards, and that actually benefits us. So that, yeah. I shouldn't have opened that already today because I really wanted the money. Right, we can get another circle here. So there's a silver plate is pretty interesting, of course, obviously. So 557. 531, so yeah, so they give me pretty decent XP here. For boss time. Right, and yeah. Now I go and piss off after we run out of time. I go and piss. Should be closer there. Maybe we could have got more swings off. Please get stuck now. Oh, I need to do this to kill them. Oh, back switch. I'm not close enough. Come down here, you giant piece of punk. Okay, by the way, I'm gonna go and piss now, just before I start the next one.